Looked over from the sky, China, with a huge difference between the north and south, comes into view. South China is humid and rainy, with hills, ridges, and basins here and there. Many minority ethnic groups are engaged in agricultural activities, so people's clothes are short, tight, light and thin, and of many styles. North China is cold, windy, and snowy, with large areas of forests and grasslands. The minority ethnic groups living there are mainly engaged in hunting and livestock farming activities, so their clothes are loose, long, thick, and heavy. Different geographic conditions and lifestyles result in different costume styles of the minority ethnic groups in both North and South China. People of the Sala ethnic group in Shunhua, Qinghai Province believe in Islam. In their daily lives, this religious influence can be found everywhere. Nearly all Sala men wear black or white hao hats, and the colors of their clothes are mostly black or gray. Some religious personages and senior members of the Muslim communities like to wear semi-white long robes when visiting the mosque or participating in other religious activities. Sala women are very careful about their head coverings. Normally, they wear veils. For married women, they always wear a small white cap, like a nurse cap, beneath the veil. In recent years, Sala women tend to wear long waistcoats of a special style. The costume can help keep warm and is convenient for daily work. During the slack season in farming, Sala women like to do embroidery work on pillows, belts, and socks. Young girls also do embroidery works of flowers and birds on their boyfriends' waistbands to show off their talent. Among all Muslim minority ethnic groups in China, the Hui ethnic group is the largest in terms of population and distribution. The Hui people prefer simplicity and tidiness of costume. Both men and women like white clothes. This is because the Prophet Muhammad once told his followers, "You should wear white clothes. They are the best clothes for you." Hui people, when living in the same area with other ethnic groups, tend to be very adaptable and pick up the local costumes. They, however, continue to wear head coverings. In daily life, men of the Hui ethnic group wear hao hats. The patterns and styles of hao hats differ from each other in different localities and for different religious sects. The Hui people of the Zhehe sect like to wear steepled hexagonal hats. The upper part of the hat is 6 equilateral triangle-shaped material sewed together, very much like the round Arabic-style house roof. Such hats imply the Hui people's belief in the 6 doctrines and that Allah is the one and only. Besides the Hao hats, the waistcoat is also a traditional costume for men of the Hui people who attend mosque 5 times a day. According to their beliefs, worshippers must wash before prayers, so the waistcoats provide convenience when attending mosque. Different from Muslim groups but in the same location in Gansu and Qinghai provinces, there are 2 minority ethnic groups with florid costumes and magnificent decorations. They are the Tu ethnic group and the Yugu ethnic group. The Tu ethnic group in East Qinghai province is an ancient ethnic group that believes in Tibetan Buddhism. Tibetan Buddhists worship the 5 colors. With this influence, the Tu people adapt the 5 colors into their costumes. In tradition, the Tu people also wear caps in daily life. For men, the cap is normally made of white felt and is called the golden line. Most married women also wear the golden line caps, but it is usually black. The visor and upper part of the cap are often decorated with bright-colored satin. Girls of the Tu ethnic group wear simple head decorations. 3 thin pigtails are combined into one and tied up with a red string knot. The Tu people always dress up at auspicious occasions like wedding ceremonies. Men normally wear a black or purple waistcoat, outside short white jackets with high embroidered collars. They use embroidered waist belts and the golden line felt caps. Women's formal attire is almost the same as their daily wear. They normally wear small collared long coats with tilted fronts. At this time, women often wear some embroidered items on their chest or waist, such as pouches. The Yugu ethnic group mainly live in Gansu province. In ancient times, it was a nomadic group that settled near water and grass. Therefore, their ethnic costumes bear obvious characteristics of the northern people on horseback. The traditional garments for men of the Yugu ethnic group are of great varieties, mainly long robes with tilted fronts. Men of the Yugu ethnic group wear traditional felt caps called the drinking cow. Married women of the Yugu ethnic group wear peaked felt caps with red tassels. Some caps are embroidered with different flower patterns, and that gives the cap a quite attractive look, like an upside-down trumpet. To Yugu women, the veil is an exquisite item of craftsmanship, decorated with silver, carnelian, and shells. Yugu women always wear 3 veils, 2 on the front chest symmetrically, and 1 on the back tied to the pigtails. It is believed that in old days, such veils used to be the headwear of noble women of the Yugu ethnic group. Today, veils are mainly used for decoration. Geographically, northwest China refers to the following provinces and autonomous regions: Qinghai, Gansu, and Shanxi provinces, and Ningxia, Hui, and Xinjiang Uyghur autonomous regions. Almost all Muslim ethnic groups in China live in this part of the country. Different from the Hui ethnic group and the Sala ethnic group, minority ethnic groups in Xinjiang Autonomous Region, which is very close to Central Asia, are strongly influenced by Islamic and Arabic cultures. Hence, their aesthetic concept is quite similar to that of Central Asia. The Uyghur people, who are born singers and dancers, live mostly in oasis regions south of the Tian Shan Mountains. They have carried on the tradition of cotton planting and cotton textiles. The clothes of the Uyghur people are mainly made of cotton. The traditional coat for Uyghur men is called chapan in Uyghur language. Women wear colorful long dresses, outside short jackets. The Uyghur women are very careful about the material for their dresses. Silk and idili silk are the top choices. Uyghur people also call idili silk flower silk, which is made by a traditional tie-dye technique and is famous for its great variety of patterns and bright colors. In the past, only the noble and rich families could afford idili silk. Today, it has become a very common and popular garment material among Uyghur women. Uyghur people like to wear small caps with various flower patterns hand-embroidered by traditional technique of embroidery and decorated with beads. The cap used to be a kind of symbol for power and honor. The beautiful patterns on the cap indicate the owner's high social status. The Uyghur people in the Yutian region of southern Xinjiang have the tradition of making caps themselves at home. The caps, made of colorful satin, are narrow on the top and wide at the bottom, which look like blooming bell-mouthed flowers. The top can be as narrow as 3 centimeters. It is believed that it is the smallest cap in the world. The reason why such caps came into use was closely related to the local people's belief in the sun god. People of the Caucasus ethnic group believe that only those men who have soaring eagles can win respect from people, and only a man who has a wife good at embroidery can enjoy a happy life. Women of the Caucasus ethnic group are good at embroidery. They mostly embroider patterns of flowers and animals. Their designs are vivid and true to life. Men of the Caucasus ethnic group wear white felt wool caps all year round. White color represents the sheep they love. The curled brim with a black cloth represents the flourishing grasslands. 4 lines of black thread are embedded from the top to the visor of the cap to symbolize the rivers people live on. The Tajik ethnic group living on the Pamir highland in West China is known as the people on the clouds. People of the Tajik ethnic group love the red color because their ancestors believed in pyrolatry. To the Tajik people, the flame-like red color means happiness and auspiciousness. The red color and the white color, which stands for purity, are the basic colors for traditional Tajik costumes. Tajik women wear embroidered cylinder hats inlaid with different ornaments against the wind and coldness on the highland. The Pamir Highland is the intersection point of the east and the west routes of the Silk Road. The adornments of the Tajik people combine both the eastern and the western aesthetic ideas, rendering their own unique beauty. People of the Kazakh ethnic group can tell a girl's marital status by the adornments on her hat. Kazakh girls often insert a pinch of pretty owl feathers on their hats. It is believed that an owl can see clearly in the darkness of night, so the Kazakh people consider it a symbol of courage, firmness, and bravery. They see owl feathers as precious objects and use them to decorate girls' hats. For generations, the Kazakh have been nomadic people. Their costumes are loose and substantial and designed for horseback riding. The Akin Singing Festival of the Kazakh ethnic group is not just a show stage for folk singers and poets to display their talent, but also a gala for men and women to exhibit their ethnic costumes. The Subo ethnic group in Xinjiang is different from other minority ethnic groups in the region in terms of both religious beliefs and costumes. Most of the Subo people today are the descendants of those Subo officers and soldiers who were assigned to Xinjiang on garrison duty from northeast China in the 18th century. In July and August, the grasslands are filled with flowers and green grass. At this time, thousands of Mongolian herdsmen gather together for the annual Nadam Fair. To Mongolians, an excellent wrestler is a warrior for the country as well as an eagle on the grassland. In competition, wrestlers wear sportswear of ethnic style, with colorful cloth stripes around their necks, marking their victories in the match. The more belts they have, the tougher they are. The Mongolian ethnic group, also known as the ethnic group on horseback, is a nomadic ethnic group in North China. Their summer clothes are normally cotton or silk robes with their favorite red or green satin belts. In winter, they always wear leather robes with cotton and silk as the covering. Mongolian women attach great importance to their head coverings. They love to decorate their pigtails with agate and coral. They also wear various head adornments, earrings, and necklaces. Most Mongolians live in the Inner Mongolian Autonomous Region and other northern provinces in China. Some of them live in Yunnan province in southwest China. They are the descendants of the Mongolian officers and soldiers stationed there in the second half of the 13th century. As time passes on, those Mongolian descendants have maintained limited features of their Mongolian traditions, and yet their costumes have changed a lot in style, with obvious differences from the Mongolians in North China. In eastern Inner Mongolian Autonomous Region live three minority ethnic groups: the Olunchun ethnic group, the Owunk ethnic group, and the Daor ethnic group, while the Korean ethnic group, Heje ethnic group, and Manchu ethnic group live in Jilin Province, Heilongjiang Province, and Liaoning Province. These six minority ethnic groups have developed the unique costume culture of Northeast China. The traditional costumes for these ethnic groups are mainly long robes with similar styles. Slight differences lie in patterns and materials. People of the Olunchun ethnic group used to make their living by hunting, so they use roe deer leather to make their robes. The Owenk people use lamb skin to make leather coats for special occasions like wedding ceremonies or festivals. People of the Korean ethnic group in the Yanbian region of Jilin Province wear robes. Costumes for Korean women are short tops with long skirts. This slanted front short top is tied with stripes and goes just below the chest. The long skirt is loose and elegant. It has a name called chima in Korean. People of the Korean ethnic group regard themselves as the children of heaven. They like white color because white is the color of sunshine. They are proud of wearing white clothes and gradually develop the aesthetic concept of favoring the plain and advocating white. Korean men's tops are similar to women's, only the sleeves are a bit looser. Normally, they wear dark-colored waistcoats outside the tops and wear loose trousers. They bundle the ends of the trousers with cloth. The Manchu ethnic group has the largest population in northeast China. Their traditional costumes are also long robes. As Manchu people once established the 8-banner system, their robes are called banner robes. The splendid attire for Manchu women includes a fan-shaped crown and flower pot shoes. The soles of these shoes are made of wood. Some are as high as 3 inches, unique in all ethnic costumes in China. The Manchu ethnic group established the Qing dynasty in China, which lasted from the mid-17th century to the beginning of the 20th century. Manchu people spread by force the Manchu costume, which had a great influence on Chinese costumes in modern Chinese history. After the Manchu's Qing dynasty, costumes of the Manchu ethnic group were under the increasing influence of the Han people's culture. However, Manchu costumes have left an indelible mark on Chinese costume, even world costume. Popular around the world, the qipao is evolved from Manchu costume. Both the crude and outward costumes of the minority ethnic groups from North China and the delicate and dainty costumes of southern ethnic groups are indispensable parts of ethnic Chinese costumes. These ethnic costumes have enriched the categories and styles of traditional Chinese costumes and made valuable contributions to the ethnic cultures of China.